Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at the colors. Oh, and the names. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, the packaging is pink. It's $65. Free shipping. 4.5 stars. Oh, it's online only. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. You caught me browsing the new arrivals section at Sephora here. There's a lot of things on here that I would really like to buy, but I'm not gonna buy any of them. And let me tell you why. I don't have a ton of skills. I have a few skills, but not a ton. But one of the skills I'm really proud of is that I am incredibly informed about all of the new makeup releases that are coming out. I am always on Sephora new arrivals. I am always on Trend Mood. I am always on Ulta. I am always incredibly informed about new releases. And yet, I buy almost none of them. I am really good at resisting buying new products. And today I'm going to show you how I'm able to resist those new products. I'd like to start a new series on my channel called Beauty Budgeting. I show you what products I think are worth splurging on versus what products I think you can find within your own collection. Of course, the products that is released probably the most on makeup websites is eyeshadow palettes. So today I'm going to be showing you how I go through my own eyeshadow palettes to decide whether or not I need this new one that's just been released. If you want to learn how to save some money and how to investigate your own collection before you go out and buy something new, then please keep on watching. Alright, so like I said, the palette that has been catching my eye the most on the New at Sephora page today has been the Natasha Denona Love Palette. I don't own anything from Natasha Denona just because I can't afford it, but I tend to love everything she comes out with. I think they always look so beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this image open for myself to look at, and now I'm going to lay out all of the eyeshadow palettes that I already own so I can see all of the colors within there. So then I'm gonna see if I can match each color in this Natasha Denona palette to colors that I already own. So beautiful. Okay, let's look at my eyeshadow palettes. Alright, I got the whole setup over here. I got my laptop in front of me with a big blown up picture of the Love palette, and I have all of my pre-existing palettes laid out here in front of me. We have the Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette, the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette, two Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes in Coral and in Mauve, the Jackie Aina ABH palette, and Modern Renaissance. I recently did a big declutter of my entire eyeshadow collection. If you're interested in seeing that one, I'll link it right over here. So my plan here is to go through row by row and see if I can find a match for every single eyeshadow in the palette. So let's get into it. The first color that I'm trying to find a match for is called First. Oh, how cute. It just appears to be kind of like a neutral cream color, which I have no lack of. I have Tempera here in my Modern Renaissance palette. I have Aura here in my Tati Beauty palette. And I have my Precious here in my Kathleen Lights palette. So I definitely don't need a cream shade like that. Moving on to the color Lifetime. Appears to be a pinky peach shimmery color. Oh boy, I definitely have that. I would say that the color Sunstone in the Kathleen Lights So Jaded palette looks incredibly similar. It looks like it might be a little more pigmented, but honestly, I do not mind. So let's move on to the next color in the palette, which is Heartbeat, which appears to be a deep matte red, but upon viewing the arm swatches, it looks more of like a brownie red. I feel like I would have to see this palette in person before I could commit to it anyways, but if we're going off of a deep brownie red, kind of burgundy situation, I would say it's this guy right here or this guy right here in my Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette, or if you wanted to find another option, I would say that Garnet looks incredibly similar in the Kathleen Lights palette, and so does Jasper. So I definitely am not in the need for a deep brownie red. Moving on to the next color, which is Transparent, which appears to be kind of like a shimmery pink color with maybe a little bit of a peachy undertone. Nah, it's more of a shimmery pink. But I would say that this color in the Mauve Obsessions palette looks really similar to that. And if you were looking for something a little more peachy, maybe it's a little more peachy in person, I would say Soleil is also very similar from the Jackie Aina palette. Either way, I am at no lack of shimmery pinks, so I definitely don't need that color. Moving on to Trust, which appears to be like a deep matte purple, but upon viewing the arm swatches, yeah, it's like it's a very deep matte purple. Okay, yeah, no, I have that for sure. Right here in the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. I am in no need of a deep matte purple. Great, we're already through the first row and things are going well so far. So in the second row, the first color is Heart. And looking at it on the arm swatch, that's like a true bright red. That's actually really pretty. Okay, let's see. What do I have that looks like a true matte red? Okay, I have red ochre over here, which is kind of like a brownie red. Let's see, I have a couple of reds in here, but none that are quite as bright. Ooh, we may have come across our first color that I don't have. See, I have a lot more burgundies than I do like bright reds. You know what, I will admit, I don't have a match for bright red. So Heart so far is the first color I don't have a match for. Let's move on. Okay, Giving. Oh, I know that one right away. Look at that color, and then look at this color from the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions color. They could be twins because that's how similar they look. That one is easy. Let's move on to the color Pure Love, which I also feel like I have around here somewhere. Let's see what the arm swatch of Pure Love looks like though, because that one looks like it could be a little misleading. Oh shoot, it's Tati Beauty. It even has the same like blue glitters in it. Wow, that is wild. That one is another one that was very easy to find. Great. Let's move on to the next color, which is Compliment. Oh, interesting. Okay, looks like, is it matte or shimmery? Compliment. Okay, it's like a deep shimmery brown. Great. Lituation. Maybe this might not be quite as deep, but if I wanted to make it a little deeper, I could always add a little bit of my shimmery black color. I don't feel like I reach for shimmery deep browns that often. I do reach for Lituation a lot though. I feel like that is close enough for me, so I'm gonna move on from Compliment. The next color is Blind. What does that say? Bind, blind, blind. Oh, like Love is Blind. I get it. Okay, so that's a silver. That's probably the most unique color I've seen in the palette so far. Okay, I don't have something that is a true silver in my own collection, but I do have Smoky Quartz in the Kathleen Lights palette, which has a bit of a like taupey undertone, but it's definitely is silver. It just has a little bit of a taupey undertone, which is something that I could see myself reaching for a lot more than a true silver. I don't foresee myself wearing a true silver very often, so for me, this is close enough to that color. All right, moving on. Oh, okay, we're moving on to the last row, and I can already tell I have an exact match for this color, Soul. I'm a little frustrated with this because I feel like the colors in the palette look so different than the arm swatches. But okay, I do still have a match for the color Soul. It appears to be like cool-toned, deep matte red, which to me would be either garnet or this color down here, depending on how dark it looks in person. I think garnet is more of a true match for that deep cool-toned red. Either way, I definitely have something similar. So moving on from Soul, the next color is Passion, which appears to be like a deep shimmery red. Oh, okay. I am gonna say I have a pretty exact match for that, and that would be Wiggley's in the Jackie Aina palette. This was one of the most standout colors in this palette to me. It is so beautiful. It is so rich and buttery and opaque, and I definitely have it, so I do not need this palette to get that color. Moving on to the color Intense. Ooh, it looks like a bright matte peachy color. Heck yeah, it is. And I've got, what, a million of those. Here's a bright matte peachy color in the Coral Obsessions palette. Here's another bright matte peachy color, slightly different tones. Yeah, I would say my closest match is probably this color in the Huda Beauty Obsessions palette. So I definitely have that. Oh, and the color right next to it is a matte light pink. Yeah, I would say that one is closer to Supreme in the Jackie Aina palette for sure. It might be a little more pastel vibes, but I don't really tend to go for pastel vibes, and if I were trying to make this shade a little more pastel, I would just add a little bit of white into it, and I could definitely get the same vibe. Oh my goodness, on to the last color, which they have called Dream. Is it matte or shimmery? Oh. So Dream looks like it has a little shimmer in it, but then swatched on the arm, it looks a little more matte. it doesn't matter because I have both Big Wig and Shookington from the Jackie Aina palette, which is a deep matte purple and a deep shimmery purple. So I definitely have both of those colors. All right, we've gone through every single color. Let's regroup. All right, in conclusion, although this palette is very beautiful, I do feel like I have every single color in the palette already, except for Heart. I don't have a bright matte red, but would I spend $65 to get one color that I don't have? I don't think so. I just feel like all of these colors are really pretty and it's nice that she has them all together. Like I said, I think Natasha Denona has a beautiful eye for color. Like the colors she puts together just work so well together. But I don't think I need to spend $65 just to have all my favorite shadow colors in one place, you know? Actually, I'm planning on doing a video in the near future where I buy an empty palette and show you how you can poke out the shadows in palettes you already own and curate your own palette. So I would rather do that than spend $65 that I don't need to spend. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I plan on doing a lot more in this beauty budgeting series. I am a very cheap person. I shouldn't say that. I'm a very financially conscious person and I have a lot of great money saving tips on how to utilize what you already have in your own collection and avoid buying new makeup. So be sure to subscribe for that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!